How are you all? Ta-da-dang! We have the last session of expected topics for NET. This is the last session. Welcome to expected topics for 100 percentile in NET. How do you like that? Guys, today first we are going to do John Milton, because in every exam there is at least one sure question from John Milton. So are you ready, guys? John Milton was a polyglot and scholar, great scholar. Polyglot matlab one who knows many languages. And he was a great scholar. He had broadly Protestant views. That means he was not fully Protestant. He was critical of Protestantism. He did not fully subscribe to Protestantism. Ta-dang! Born in Bread Street in Cheapside. Son of a scrivener. What do you mean by scrivener? Scrivener means copyist. His father was a copyist or scrivener and composer. Look at the major works of John Milton. Ode on the death of a fair infant dying of a cough. That is an early sonnet that he wrote. That's an ode that he wrote. Elegia Prima, on the morning of Christ's nativity. It is called Nativity Ode. Elegia Prima is in Latin. Elegia Prima is about his friend Charles Diodati. And for Charles Diodati, he also wrote Epitaphium Damonis. On Shakespeare was published in the second folio of Shakespeare. L'Allegro and Il Penseroso. These are all early poems. Then there are the Horton poems, which includes Lycidas. What are arcades and comas? They are masks. And Lycidas and Epitaphium Damonis are both elegies. Lycidas and Epitaphium Damonis are both elegies. More works are there. Ta-dang! Anti-prelatical tracts, anti-monarchical tracts, divorce tracts. All these are Milton's left hand. Areopagitica, Paradise Lost, Paradise Regained, and Samson Agonistus. Paradise Lost was published in 1667 in 10 books, remember? And then revised in 12 books. Samson Agonistus and Paradise Regained, published in 1671. He wrote 23 sonnets. Do you remember, everybody? Now, ta-da-dang! Who of the following narrates the future history of the world to Adam? Bolo, guys! Who of the following narrates the future history of the world to Adam? Bolo? Michael? Raphael? Or is it the sun? It is. Yes, guys. Future history of the world. Raphael narrates the past, guys. Raphael narrates the past in books 5, 6, 7, and 8. Michael narrates the future in books 11 and 12. It is Michael. It is Michael. Raphael narrates the past. Michael narrates the future. Don't mix up, okay, guys? Peace hath her victories, no less renowned than war. This appears in Milton's sonnet addressed to Dash. Milton wrote a sonnet addressed to Dash. To whom did Milton address a sonnet? Bolo bolo. It is Oliver Cromwell. It is Oliver Cromwell. Milton has addressed a sonnet to Oliver Cromwell. Will you remember? In Paradise Regained, Christ rejects Dash. Is it comfortable life, urban life, public life? Is it comfortable life, urban life, public life? Tell me. Christ rejects public life. Very good. Christ rejects public life when Satan tempts him. Okay, then. In Paradise Lost, Milton uses pagan imagery for a Christian purpose, Christian imagery for a pagan purpose, or he completely rejects pagan elements. Bolo, what does he do? Does he use pagan imagery for a Christian purpose? Christian imagery for a pagan purpose? Or he completely rejects pagan elements? No. He did not completely reject pagan elements. Milton's language and Milton's works were Hellenistic as well as Hebraic. He uses pagan imagery for a Christian purpose. Not always. His purpose is Christian. But in the description of Eden, etc., he uses pagan imagery. He does not reject pagan. He is both Hellenic and Hebraic. Did you understand? He is both Hellenic and Hebraic. Got it, guys? Christian imagery for a pagan purpose is wrong. His purpose is Christian. Got it? Hello, Badri. Welcome. Now, Virginia Woolf. Virginia Woolf was the third child of Leslie Stephen and Julia Duckworth. Virginia Woolf's sister is Vanessa Bell. Brothers are Toby and Adrian. Her family lived at Hyde Park Gate and later Bloomsbury. She had a mental breakdown following Toby's death and also a lifelong nervous illness. Finally, she died, committed suicide. This is the Bloomsbury group. Leonard and Virginia Woolf, Vanessa and Clive Bell, Lytton Strachey, Roger Fry, Duncan Grant, David Garnett. These names are very important. John Maynard Keynes, Molly and Desmond McCarthy, E.M. Foster. Oh yes, and Sidney Saxon Turner and Adrian Stephen. These are the Bloomsbury Group members. Now the novels by Virginia Woolf. The Voyage Out, first novel. Then Night and Day, Jacob's Room, Mrs. Dalloway, To the Lighthouse, Orlando, a biography, The Waves, Flush, The Years and Between the Acts. Let me ask you, which of these introduce the character Mrs. Dalloway? Which of these introduce the character Mrs. Dalloway? The Voyage Out introduced the character Mrs. Dalloway. In which of these novels are women talking about a man, mostly, and finally they are cleaning his room, throwing out his pair of shoes? It is Jacob's Room. Jacob's mother and other women, they are cleaning his room and throwing out his shoes. Which of these is the biography of a dog? Comic biography of a dog. It is Flush. Which of these has chapter titles given as years? It is the book The Years. Okay guys, which of these is divided into window, time passes, and another third section? It is To the Lighthouse. She has written non-fiction. The Common Reader, the title is taken from Dr. Johnson. A Room of One's Own, 3 Guineas is the sequel to A Room of One's Own. The Death of Moth and Other Essays, The Captain's Deathbed, Moments of Being. Will you please read extra about all these authors? You should read extra about all these authors and works. Moments of Being came posthumously. Which of the following works is symbolically based on the life of Victoria Sackville West? Which of these works is symbolically based on the life of Victoria Sackville West? Hello, it is Orlando. It is Orlando. Which of the following novels is in the form of a series of monologues? Bolo. Which of these novels is in the form of a series of monologues? It is The Waves. It is The Waves. In which of the following novels is time almost a character? It is To the Lighthouse. To the Lighthouse. Even The Waves. To the Lighthouse, very much so. Which of the following is a theme in To the Lighthouse and Mrs. Dalloway? Which of the following is a theme? It is trick question. It is all the above. All the above. Oscar Wilde next. Today I am not well. I'll end quickly, okay? My voice is really strained. I will end in a few minutes, 5 minutes, okay guys? Forgive me because I can't go on. I have to take rest. Oscar Wilde is Irish novelist, poet, playwright, aesthete. He had homosexuality. His only novel is The Picture of Dorian Gray. An earlier tragedy written in French is Salome. Lady Windermere's Fan, a play about a good woman. That is a subtitle. A woman of no importance, an ideal husband, the importance of being earnest. All these are important works. Questions. Oscar Wilde has written a short story trying to uncover the identity of Dash. Is it the identity of a mysterious killer? Is it the identity of the woman who inspired Henry James? Is it the addressee of Shakespeare's sonnets? Oscar Wilde has written a short story trying to uncover the identity of the addressee of Shakespeare's sonnets. It is the identity of the addressee of Shakespeare's sonnets. He has written a short story about W.H. Which of the following has Oscar Wilde written? Is it nonsense poems, mathematical comedy, comic mystery stories? Is it nonsense poems, mathematical comedy, comic mystery stories? It is comic mystery stories. Comic mystery stories. Who of the following is not a character in The Picture of Dorian Gray? It is Henry Wotton in Picture of Dorian Gray. William Wotton was a critic whom Swift attacked. William Wotton attacked William Temple and Jonathan Swift attacked him. Henry Wotton is in Picture of Dorian Gray. Henry Wotton, Sybil Vane, Alan Campbell. These are characters in The Picture of Dorian Gray. Now, last question to you. Oscar Wilde wrote society comedies, historical comedies, sensational tragedies. Which of these is correct? Is it society comedies, historical comedies, or sensational tragedies? It is society comedies. Oscar Wilde wrote society comedies. Okay, guys, that is the end of today's session. Only 20 minutes. I hope you don't mind. Please read extra, will you? Thank you very much. I'll go take rest now.